making excuses and just be real with yourself and say that you don't care. Hola, hola, hola todos. Es tu prima favorita, Bobby here, and welcome to the Cousins Corner. If you are new here, if you are not new here, welcome back. I'm coming on here with another quick little mensaje. Choose to care. Choose to care. I say choose to care because a lot of people out here just really don't care. They don't care about themselves. They don't care about other people. They don't care about how they show up. And I get it. In some instances, it's like, stop caring so much, right? Who cares what other people think? That's not what I'm talking about right now, right? Okay, stay focused. Stay focused. Stay with me and I'm going to bless you, right? When I say choose to care, I mean exactly what I'm saying. Choose to care, right? And I'll give some examples. Like, some people make examples about how they're not able to stay consistent with working out, right? I get on and then I fall off. And that's not, like, I'm not coming for you if that's you. I'm just using it as an ejemplo, as an example. Follow me. But yeah, so just saying, like, I can't keep up with that. I can't be consistent with that, or I can't be consistent in showing up for people, or whatever the case may be. And honestly, bottom line is, it's because you don't care enough. It's because you probably don't care at all. So when I say choose to care, you are making a conscious decision that this is something that is important to me. When you make a conscious decision that something is important to you, that doesn't automatically make it easier for you to do that thing, or automatically make it easier for you to show up for that thing if it's not something that you're already used to. But because you have made that conscious decision, it is a turning point to the process of you being better at showing up and being better at being consistent. And that brings me back to, if you don't care, you do not do. And this doesn't mean that when you choose to care about something, or choose to care about someone, or choose to care about making a certain change in your life, that you necessarily need to prioritize that above everything else in your life, because that might not be feasible for you. That might not be something that you're able to do at that time, and that's fine. But that does mean that you are adding it to the list of things that you consciously care about. If you are a person who is like, well, I tend to make friends, but then I lose them because I just can't get up and use my mental battery and go be around them, or call or text or whatever the case may be. And don't get me wrong, I get that, because mama right here is not the best texter. I will be the first to admit that. But I choose to care, which means that even if you're not going to hear from me all the time or every single day, I make sure that I'm making a conscious decision to care about those around me, to care about those that I call friend, so I can hit them up and let them know that I'm thinking about them. I can hit them up and try to make time for them, especially for someone that I call my best friend or my closest friend, or whatever the case may be. And this is just an example, right? Your example could be showing up for yourself for fitness. This could be drinking more water. This could be taking better care of yourself, taking better care of your pets, taking better care of your plants. The point that I'm trying to make here for all of these things is that you have to choose to care. One of the biggest things for me, and if you know me really well, I've probably talked to you about this, or you've probably heard me say this, but I get so annoyed by people who always have the same issue, who always come with the same problem, and it's something within their control. When people are always complaining about something that they have the ability to shift the outcome of it, and they just continue to, like, every month you're asking me again for the same advice on how to do this or how to do that better, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, why is this something that you're still struggling with? And I'm not saying that, you know, I take judgment on you for doing that. For some people, it does take a little bit more work and accountability. And if that's something that you need, then you make sure you get that accountability and you listen to that. But for some people, it's really just, you don't care. You don't care enough to get yourself out of that situation. You don't care enough to make that change in your life. You don't care enough to drink more water so that you can feel better and have better gut health and clear up your skin. You do not care. Let's start there. Let's start with why you don't care, and we can go from there. But the point that I'm getting at is just that you have to choose to care. Some people might be able to say, when I think of something that I want to change, I make the change and I keep going. In certain aspects of my life, that's how I am, right? It's very easy for me to hone in and focus and be like, I want to do that and I'm going to do it. You can ask my friends that when Bobby says, I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And that's one of the qualities about me that I really do admire, because it's like, if I say I'm gonna do something, if I say I'm gonna get something, if I say I'm gonna go somewhere, mama's gonna do it. Alone or with people, I'm going to do it. It's going to get done. But that is because at the basis of it all, I care about myself and I care about what it is that I want. I care about the reason that I want to go to that place. I care about how I want to feel by making that change or making that switch or doing that thing. And I'm not saying this to like be hard on people, because again, I understand that forming new habits can take time, especially if you function a certain type of way for so much of your life or your entire life up until now. Then it is going to be hard to switch over. But again, that's where you go to that baseline, and that baseline is that you care about yourself enough to make that change. So choose to care. Choose to care when your friends say that they want to see you more. Choose to care when your family tells you that they want you to come around. Now, if you got toxic friends, you need to cut them off. If you have toxic family members, then I understand, like, you staying away. But if you're saying that you want to show up more for people, you want to make more friends, you want to live a more prosperous life or a more social life, you want to have, you know, a more fit body, or you want to have a more healthy body, or you want to progress in your job, or you want to get better at your craft, you have to choose to care about your ultimate decision to change, or your ultimate decision of why you want to get there in the first place. What is your desire to become better at this? That should be the driving force of it. And if you don't put that first and make the conscious decision to care about that, you will not change. Sorry to tell you. You will not change if you do not first care about changing. A really strong example that I can think of off the top of my head is, you hear a lot of times people say like, a man is going to change for the woman that he feels is worthy to, or whatever. And on some levels you can say that that's true, but I'm going to tell you, ultimately people change when they want to change, right? You can say that that other person has something to do with it, but ultimately if they're only changing for this person, or if they're only changing so this person can like them, it's not going to stick. It isn't gonna stick. If you've ever decided like, oh, I'm gonna start dressing like a tomboy because this person likes tomboys, or I'm gonna start wearing this because all of my friends do this, but that's not inherently what you want to do, it doesn't last long, right? So people inherently change when they make the decision within themselves for whatever reason. Maybe it's that time in their life, maybe they understand that they've been playing around or screwing around and it hasn't been getting them anywhere. Maybe they understand it's just time that I grow up, or that I change this thing, or that I change this habit, or get rid of this one, or whatever. People ultimately change for themselves when they are ready to. That is because they care. Something in them has given them the wherewithal to choose to care and to see why this change is necessary. And because they see why this change is necessary, they care about the outcome. They care about what this change means. They care about their desire of what they gain from making this change. They're choosing to care. Anyways, I won't go on and on with this video. I'm gonna wrap this up, but I'm gonna wrap it up by just saying, choose to care. That is the best way that you're going to build habits. That's the best way that you're gonna change things that are so hard in your life, that you're gonna be able to be more consistent or continue to show up for whatever it is that you are saying that you wanna do, or you wanna grow in, or you want to accomplish. You must first choose to care. And first, before you choose to care, you got to come to grips with the fact that right now you probably don't care that much, and that's why you haven't made that change, because you do not care enough. So I say that to say, sit with yourself and first think about it. Do I really care? And if I really care and I really want this change and I really want to get to that end goal, then I have to make a conscious decision that I am going to care every day. Because it's not, again, it's not just that one time, oh, I'm going to choose to care. No. For some of us, that's easier said than done. For some of us, that is done just as easy as it said, right? And for some of us, it just depends on the situation. So when you sit there and you realize that, oh no, I haven't been caring enough, that's why I've been neglecting this, or that's why I've been neglecting myself or these people, or whatever the case may be, because I didn't care. But because I have a goal, or because I have a desire, or because this is something that I really want to do, I really want to reach that end goal, I really want to meet those needs, I really want to achieve that, I'm going to make the decision today that I'm going to choose to care. I'm going to choose to start caring. And each and every day, I'm going to show up in that mindset of choosing to care. And that's how you're going to break those old habits. That's how you're going to form new habits. That's how you're going to be able to show up consistently. That's how you're going to be able to make that change in your life. Because then you will care and you will change. Anyway, thank you, mis primos, for joining me today in the Cousins Corner. Again, this is tu prima favorita, Bobby here. And if you like this video, please like this video. Feel free to share, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to mi canal. I will see you next time. Bye.